Welcome back. Let's go to page 82, Unit 7, number 4, Reading and Listening. Look at the cities in the photos A through D. What do you think the expression smart city means? Okay, you're going to look at these pictures. In London, UK, cars pay to enter the city center, and you only need a single card for the whole public transport system. In Masdar, in the United Arab Emirates, is built in the desert and solar panels provide all its energy needs. On C, Songdo, a new city in South Korea, is built around a large central park with lakes. And in Dublin, Ireland, they have a system which can tell drivers where there's a free parking space. Okay, so talking about smart cities, listen to the interview. What are the two main ideas of a smart city? Choose two of the answers below. Okay, for letter B, you're going to choose two of these as your answer. Okay, so listen.
Track 3.6.
So what exactly is a smart city?
Well, it can be all kinds of different things, but there are two basic ideas. One is that the city uses technology to improve the quality of life of the local residents so that they can live more slowly and with less stress. And the second one is that the city itself reacts to problems, rather like a living person would.
Can you give me some examples?
Yes, London is a good example. They have a system where they monitor cars driving into the centre and automatically charge the driver for the time the car spends there. So it cuts down traffic congestion and pollution, but it also means the driver doesn't have to stop and buy a ticket or look for money. So it saves time too. And to use the public transport system, you just need a single card and you can go everywhere with it. So you don't need to spend time queuing for tickets. Or in Dublin, in Ireland, they have a system which monitors traffic congestion, so drivers can avoid streets with traffic jams. And it also tells drivers where they can find a free parking space. Apparently, 30% of traffic congestion in most cities is caused by people looking for parking spaces, so that's a huge saving in time and money.
So the main point of smart cities is to improve the environment?
Yes, but it can take many different forms. It's not just about traffic congestion. For example, there's a new city in the UAE called Masdar. It's in the middle of the desert, and the whole city is powered by solar panels, and public transport is electric, so it's a 100% sustainable city. It uses zero energy, and there's no air pollution. Or there's another new city in Korea called Sondo, which is planned around a central park. So from all the residential areas, there's a 15-minute walk across the park to get to work, and people can also use the park in their lunch break. I read a report recently that said that green spaces in cities really improve people's mental health, so the park sounds like a great idea.
So it's not just about the environment, it's about urban development in general?
Yes, exactly.
And do you think this is how cities will be in the future?
Oh, I'm quite sure of it. The technology is there already. We're all connected now on the internet, so the next step is to connect the people with the city, and it's already happening very quickly.
Okay, now that you listened to the interview, you had to choose some of these. Check your answers right here. And you should have chosen 1 and 2. And then you're going to go back on the video again so you can listen again. What new information do you hear about? Okay, the answers from 1 through 4. Right here. These are the things you need to write down as what new information do you hear about, okay? So you listen again and check that these answers are correct. Now, we're going to go to the vocabulary part, describing lives in city. Okay, read the audio script on page 171 and find words or phrases which mean these numbers right here, like which word means the level of enjoyment and health in someone's life? Which one means the people in a particular area? Okay, so you're going to go all the way to page 171 and you're going to read it. Okay, when you're finishing reading it, you go all the way back. Okay, so we were on page 82. Let's see. And your answers would have to be these right here. Okay? Those are the words you're going to find. So pause the video and check that they are correct. Now cover your answers to 5A and match the words 1 through 7 and A to G to make collocations. Okay? You're going to match these with these to make collocations. Okay? After you match them, they have to be matched this way. Pause the video and check that your answers are correct. Use 2 or 3 of the collocations in sentences about the place where you are now. Okay, you're gonna use some of these to make 2 or 3 sentences, okay, about the place you live here in Parral. And in letter D, read out your sentences. Do other students agree? Well, in this case, we don't do this one. We just answer letter C. And then in listening, listen to Daniela and Richard talking about the cities they live in and answer the questions. I'm going to play the listening. And then you're also, which of these points do Daniela and Richard make? Listen again and check. You're also going to check the points they make. Okay, so I'm going to play it.
Track 3.7.
I think it's a good idea to make cities better places to live because a lot of cities have developed on a kind of American model. In other words, the city center is taken over by big companies, so there are hardly any shops or people living there. Instead, most people live in big high-rise blocks around the edge of the city, and they go to big shopping centers in their cars. So, it's really good to change that balance and make the city center a place for people to live. I live in Munich in Germany, and in a number of ways, I think it is a smart city because it's been developed to suit the people who live there. The center's a pedestrian zone, closed off to traffic. People cycle everywhere, and there are plenty of good cafes and parks and places to sit outside. So you can wander through the city and take your time, and it's nice and quiet. Also, there's a very good public transport system, so people don't need their cars as much.
I don't think you have to design a city to make it a nice place to live. I live in Bangkok, the capital of Thailand, and it certainly isn't a planned city. It's just grown naturally. In some ways, it's quite a chaotic city. There are cars everywhere, lots of traffic jams, a lot of noise, and there are very few green spaces where you can sit. So if you want a bit of peace and quiet, forget it. But I love living here. It's so full of life and there are people everywhere. In the street where I live, there are lots of ordinary apartments, plus a few hotels. There's a very good vegetable market, there are quite a few restaurants, and there are people selling things in the street. So there's everything you need, plus lots of traffic, of course. So it certainly isn't a smart city, but it's very exciting to live here.
Okay, after you listened, you can answer both A and B, and you would have to check your answers right here. You can pause and check A for 1 and 2, and you can also check B. And these would be your answers. Okay, so check that you have them correctly. Think about the town you're in now. In what ways does it fit the idea of a smart city? What are the good and bad points about living there? Make notes. Okay, you're going to make notes about these questions. Okay, then discuss your ideas using expressions in 5B. Does everybody agree? Okay, we're not going to discuss this, but we are going to make notes and write down the answers to 7A. Then we're going to go to page 83. On page 83, it says 7B. I could have it done by a professional. Okay, look at the photo A and answer the questions. Where is the woman? Why do you think she's there? And what do you think she's doing? Okay, so you're going to look at the photo right here and answer those questions after looking at the woman. Okay, and then you're going to go to Communication 7B on page 133. Okay, this is a picture from a reality TV program. Talk about the questions. What do you think? Is the woman really suffering or is she acting? would you like to be in her situation? Why or why not? Okay, and then we're going to go all the way back to page 83. These questions, you're going to answer them, and you go back. Discuss the questions. Again, you write down the answers. What kinds of reality TV programs are there in your country? Do you enjoy these programs? Why or why not? And then read the article quickly. What is the main point the critic wants to make about reality TV? And then choose a correct answer between these three. So what you're going to do basically is you're going to read the whole article right here. I'm going to make it smaller so you can get a chance to read it. So you read the article. We have words like film crew is the people that are dedicated on filming. The director, the one who directs the film. Producers are the people that give the money and they work directly with the director. And the viewer is a person that watches the reality show. So you can pause and read the article. Once you read it, you will choose the correct answer. Okay, you answer the question and choose which one. And you check that your answer was this one. Okay? When you finish, read the article again. In what way does the writer think reality is managed in these kinds of TV programs? Survival, cooking, home renovation, and garden makeover. Okay, so you answer that and check that they look like this. Your answer should be similar to these ones, okay? And if what the writer says is true, does this make the program less enjoyable? Are TV producers and directors being dishonest? Okay, well, you're going to answer that as well. So that's the way we finish page 83. Thank you very much and see you guys next class.